Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tim Dillon Show. Thank you for joining us this week. My Labubus, my Chinese voodoo dolls, evil, and yet protect me here as well. What did Dick Cheney say? You have to work with the dark side. A friend of mine gave these to me. We had some fun with them at the Comedy Store. I do think they're evil, and I will get rid of them. I do not like them. They give me an uneasy feeling. I don't like them. I think it's not great that we have these Chinese voodoo dolls circulating amongst the population. People are clipping them onto their travel bag. Planes are going to start going down. They already are. There's something odd about fentanyl stuffed Chinese voodoo dolls being attached to people's belt loops, and people are wearing them like necklaces, and they're actually kind of creepy critters. They're not aesthetically pleasing. They're not cute. They're kind of creepy, and everyone agrees they're kind of creepy and off-putting. Even the most ardent fans of the Labubu will agree that it's sort of a monkey's paw. But they're a status symbol. And like many things, it is completely devoid of meaning. And in a world that is increasingly devoid of meaning, it absolutely makes sense that people will be entranced by different things like this, collectibles. And the Labubu, like, I'll hold it up in my car, and I have a really nice car. Doesn't matter, but it's a nice car. But I hold up the Labubu, and people start freaking out because apparently they're hard to get. So in a world where we've created a culture that doesn't have any meaning and everything is accepted as some form of scam, and children grow up wanting to get in on the scam lest they be left out in the cold, the Labubu is the perfect symbol of the economy that we've created and the cultural value system that we have. It is a Chinese fentanyl-stuffed voodoo doll that is being exported to America. You open the package and you don't know which Labubu you have gotten. They've added the element of gambling into this. Turning 7-year-old children into gamblers. Which one did I get? I hope it's a special one. Because there's a bunch of regular ones and then there's a special one. Maybe you'll get the special one. Sure, mom and dad aren't married anymore, but maybe you'll get the special one. Maybe you'll get the special Labubu. Mommy still loves you very much. I don't know where she is. In the culture that we've created, the Labubu is a symbol of status. In a culture where nothing really matters, fame is awarded to people randomly in many cases. Wealth is awarded to people based on a myriad of factors. Many of them seem to be out of the control of many people. So little gimmicks, little gadgets, little critters, little things like the Labubu become an important status symbol for people who have given up on owning a home, having a family, having a job, or a meaningful life. When you have given up on all of those things and you are 40 years old, no one has published your novel, no one has gotten on board with your career in entertainment because you should never have started. No one told you to, and yet you did because you followed the general advice that you should follow your dream, and whether or not you had any aptitude for that dream or the work ethic to make that dream a reality, you spent your 20s and 30s in and out of bed with random people. You didn't build a relationship. You didn't build a career. You didn't build a skill set. Unfortunately, many of the jobs you would be qualified to do are no longer available for you. You are fighting a battle with age, with dynamics of the economy you barely understand, because none of us do. But you have a Labubu on your bag when you visit your sister who has a family. And her kids think it's cool. It is really what motivates all these articles. I wonder why do people, listen, people have always liked collectibles. My mother loved them. She was a schizophrenic, but she liked them. Beanie Babies, McDonald's toys, Hess trucks. It's a part of the American culture to get into collectibles. And it's always a kind of get-rich-quick scheme. I can get a bunch of cool things, and then one day they'll be worth a lot more. They never are, but that's the idea. The Antiques Roadshow, maybe the most American show ever. Boomers go, well, I bought something at a garage sale. Hopefully the Declaration of Independence is in the back of this dresser and I can retire. That's what America's about. So the Labubu isn't new, but expect a lot more of it. The company Pop Mart is now worth what? Get up the worth of this company, which again is only the Labubu, little Chinese fentanyl stuffed demon troll doll. Pop Mart's market capitalization is estimated at $46 billion. Pop Mart's market cap has significantly increased with a reported 205% change in 2025. It's worth noting that the net worth can also refer to the company's net assets. As of December 2024, Pop Mart's net assets are reported by company's market cap to be $1.5 billion. Okay. It's a huge increase in market capitalization. And it's because they have gotten people addicted to this little off-putting critter. It's a critter. It's a little voodoo doll. And this is the future of the global economy, by the way. It's going to be crazes that drive people to buy things like this. This is going to now, I wouldn't say it's something new, but the scope of it is new. The amount of money that is being spent is going to be big. And because of the internet, everything is global. And these little signifiers of status, which there was a brief moment when NFTs, non-fungible tokens, were signifiers of status, are replacing the old signifiers of status like, look, here's my children. That used to be status. My son is good at soccer. That was status. You cannot afford a son. You cannot afford a soccer ball. You will get a Labubu. That's what you'll get. You will get a demonic Chinese voodoo doll, and you will attach it to the bag you live out of, and that is it. You are not going to get a house. You will get a little critter. You will get today's version of a gigapet. That's what's going on. And the people's eyes, even the adults, their eyes get big. You've got one of them. I want one of them. What? A family? No, that demon doll, that troll, that critter. And if you look at the face of Labubu, get the close-up of the face. It's evil. It's not smiling in a nice way. It's an evil being. It knows it has you under a spell. That is the face a cocaine dealer makes when they hand you an 8-ball. The Labubu is not your friend. The Labubu is here to control you. And I am mad I don't have a special one. Someone brought these to me at dinner, and it's not even a good one. It's not a special one. It's like a very normie one. So I'm pissed about that, on top of all of that. So let's talk about the quickly collapsing White House for a few minutes, because it's becoming interesting. there was purportedly a dinner that was being set up with J.D. Vance, the vice president, Susie Wiles, Trump's chief of staff, Kash Patel, the very competent head of the FBI, sarcasm, and Pam Bondi, again, very competent attorney general. And they were all supposedly going to dinner to silence Dan Bongino, podcaster turned administration official. And they were supposedly meeting to tell Dan Bongino to shut up about Jeffrey Epstein and about the cover-up. And this is what was supposedly happening. But there were leaks. People started leaking. The meeting appeared to have been moved or rescheduled Wednesday night. Some officials who were expecting to attend the meeting, including Vance and Attorney General Pam Bondi, were spotted leaving the White House on Wednesday evening. Administration officials told CNN earlier in the day that there were discussions about moving, canceling, or rescheduling the meeting amongst tense media scrutiny. So what's going on is there's a lot of finger pointing. People are angry with each other, obviously, but also they've realized that this is the nail in the coffin for their credibility. Dan Bongino has realized that. What is Bongino? What is he? Kash is the head of the FBI. What is Dan Bongino? I'm blanking now on what he actually does. Okay. He's the deputy director of the FBI, and then Kash Patel is the director of the FBI. Okay. Dan Bongino reportedly is going rogue. This guy's like, hey, I have a podcast. This is Dan Bongino had a podcast. He had a radio show. And now he's the deputy of the director of the FBI. And I think what he's starting to realize is that while America may have an expiration date, podcasting is forever. So he's protecting his future career as a podcaster. I'm not kidding. This is not a comedic bit. He genuinely is going, I want to come out of this administration and go back to a fun job like podcasting. I don't want to be the deputy director of the FBI and cover up child sex scandals all day. I want to read ads for Blue Chew and from my house. It's a good gig, this podcasting. It's not bad. Hard to complain about. Yes, there's a good amount of it happening all the time. You got to do it every week. But I think Dan Bongino's going, I don't want to be around these people. I don't want to be near these people. I didn't sign up for this. I don't know Dan Bongino at all. I've never done his show. I've never been in the same room with him. But I imagine he's saying to himself, I didn't sign up for this. I don't want to be part of this cover-up. I want out. So he's leaking stuff to the media about Epstein, and other members of the administration are essentially telling him to shut up. But I don't think he will. I think he wants very, very badly to go back to podcasting. I don't think he wants to be the deputy director of the FBI. He goes, that's not fun. I don't want to do that. I want to go back to doing my show. Let me do my goddamn show. I want out. This is the whole thing. He doesn't want to be part of this. All of these people are about to turn on each other in a very public way. You can see this coming from a mile away. Everybody's, even in that sphere of people on the internet that aren't working at the White House, are starting to get in little fights. The people in the White House are going to start to rip each other's throats out over this. This is kind of Trump's MO. He gets a bunch of people together and it's battle royale, and he watches them tear each other's spines out. He gets off on that. He likes that. He's an older man. He likes it. He likes watching the people in his White House rip the skin off each other's faces. It's the ultimate reality show. He brings Laura Loomer up there. He fires somebody because Laura Loomer has identified something about them that is a problem. and he should watch out for her. And maybe she's right, and maybe she made it up, and who knows, and who cares? But he goes, you're fired. He calls them up, and he goes, you're out of here. And they're gone. It sends a chill through Washington. They go, wow, another scalp. Loomer's got another scalp. And then he just sets all these people on each other. He sets Susie Wiles on Bondi and Patel. He goes, fight it out. Rip each other's spines out. And he sits there and he watches. He likes it. It's fun for him. It's fun for him because it is what he's always kind of done. This is his MO. Trump very much believes that all things are to please the king. He believes that. All things are to please the king. And if he's bored, or if he's covering up an international child sex trafficking scandal, or if he's running cover for Netanyahu and Adelson and Israel and whatever they're doing, it's fun to just divert attention to the king's court and everybody, we're having a duel. We're going to joust. We're going to watch everybody tear each other's face off because that's what he does, what he wants. He likes this. He doesn't dislike it. And he doesn't want to avoid it. It's what is taking the eyeballs off of Israel's indefinite occupation of Gaza, the fact that he has now claimed that Epstein did nothing happen. Ghislaine Maxwell moved to a minimum security prison after she said to Todd Blanche he didn't do anything wrong. Todd Blanche is Trump's attorney general. He met with Todd Blanche. It was a meeting with Todd Blanche before he went to go see Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell is now in Club Fed. But instead of that, he's walking on the roof of the White House. Don Jr.'s got memes of him with the dildo. They're trying to get in fights. What's Sydney Sweeney doing? It's all about trying to run cover. And if you watch it, it's actually quite interesting the way they're choosing to do it. Now they go, let's get a reality show going. Who's in, who's out? Who hates who? Who's blaming who? Let's watch them fight because it takes attention off what's actually happening. I don't know if Bongino's leaking stuff or not. If he is, they've got a problem on their hands. Reportedly, somebody wanted to talk to Rogan. I read about this, too. That's going to be a bad idea for them because Rogan's going to sit there and ask them questions for 2 hours. And when Kesh Patel went on Rogan, it was a bad idea because Kesh Patel looked like he was covering something up. So whoever goes on Rogan will most likely look like they're covering something up. All right, folks, listen up. Let's talk about the extra car that you've got, the one taking up space in your driveway like it's paying rent. Maybe it's a few years back. Maybe you upgraded. Maybe it's just not getting used. Either way, it's just sitting there, not making any money, not sparking joy, just existing. You know what you could do? Donate it, seriously. 1-877-CARS for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. 1-877-CARS for kids. Donate your car today. Yeah, that little tune that's been bouncing around in your head for 2 decades, time to put it to good use. Cars for Kids makes it ridiculously easy to donate your car. No paperwork madness, no DMV nightmares. They tow it for free, pick it up fast, and boom, you've just done a good thing, a real tax deduction, and you're helping kids in need. These guys have been doing this for over 30 years and have processed over 1 million cars. This is legit. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids or go to carsforkids.com. That's K-A-R-S with a K. It's fast, it's easy, it's impactful. Still not sure? Just hum the jingle. 1-877-CARS for Kids. You can't resist. Donate your car today. Donate your car today. Your unused car will thank you. And I'm thinking about all of this morning. I happened to be in Los Angeles. And I thought about some of it last night. And I was driving and I was saying to myself, are there people, for example, the Curtis Yarvin tech people, the big money players, Thiel, not only him, but others, that whole sphere, Zuckerberg, the Tim Cook, people like that. Do these people want Trump to outlive his usefulness to them? We're watching a coup, essentially, where Trump has been given a lot of money by these tech people to essentially allow them to take over the government. And I think Elon Musk, and again, this is my own theory, I think Elon Musk, you got Tim Cook in there again, giving him a golden apple. He knows what Trump likes. They're all showing up. Look how creepy this is. They're all kind of showing up. Again, all things are to please the king. Here's a gift.
Comes off the Corning line.
Yeah.
It's engraved for President Trump.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, nice.
Unit of one.
Giving him a nice little plaque. All right. All things, obviously, to please the king. They wanted and needed him to open up the bank for them. He did. Sam Altman, these people. I believe Elon Musk was a little bit of a trial balloon. I think there were probably people that thought Elon Musk was going to be more popular than he was. Remember, as smart as some of these people are in their field, they're completely hopeless when it comes to social intelligence. They think Elon Musk is the coolest guy ever. They don't understand how cringe it is to a lot of people. I think there was an expectation amongst these Silicon Valley types that Elon Musk was going to be a lot more popular with the American public than he was. And that Donald Trump was going to kind of let Elon Musk run the country. I think Elon Musk was under that impression. Elon Musk got in there and he didn't look like he was there for a limited amount of time. He was digging in. I think he wanted that DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, to be a permanent thing. I mean, they all say now that it was never intended to be permanent, but it could have grown into something permanent. I don't think too many people get into the White House and want to leave. Musk had all that power, and then there was this huge falling out. Musk thought it was going to be more than it was. This is why he started challenging Trump. Musk knew Trump was going to pass a bill that Musk didn't like. Trump didn't run on being a starve the beast conservative, and that he was going to eliminate government spending. I mean, that became a theme after he won, but Trump ran on the idea that he was going to bring back an era of American exuberance, which would require spending a lot of money. He ran on enforcing immigration and enforcing new tariffs and bringing back work to the country all of that takes money. It doesn't seem to anybody that Trump ran on slashing taxes, shrinking government. Those weren't the primary components of Trump's appeal. He was an economic nationalist. He was a populist. Elon Musk knew that. I think the reason that Elon Musk started flipping out was because Elon Musk realized that he was going to then spend the rest of Trump's term on the outside. And I don't think that was the plan. I think a lot of people want the country governed by, and I don't mean a lot of people like a lot of people in America. I mean of the small group of people that gave Trump a lot of money. They want the president of the United States to be a symbol only. They want the president of the United States to be a symbol only. In the same way that elements of the intelligence community or business leaders have always wanted the president of the United States to be a symbolic position, and that they wanted to pull the strings behind the scenes, tech people are now doing the same thing. They want to take over. They want to put AI that they've programmed in charge of a lot of decisions They want to get rid of a lot of the government, and they want the president of the United States to be essentially a puppet. Now, here's the question. Where is Trump mentally? Where is he mentally? Is this guy aware of that? Was he aware of that? It seems like that was the plan. He's not stupid. He has a guttural political instinct. He looks at the people around him, and I've often said a lot of people think they're using him. He's usually using them, and they don't know it. But the tech people clearly are going to eventually realize that the Republican Party brand is going to be damaged, not only by Epstein, but by all of the things that have now become a mess. The ICE raids have become a mess. People are not on board with ripping fathers away from their children at high school graduations that have committed no crimes. It's become a mess. Dumping people off Medicare and then giving all the money to Israel and the Ukraine has become a mess. And it's the exact opposite of what he ran on. It's the exact opposite. So the tech people are not stupid, but they don't care because they got what they wanted, which was the money. They wanted the money. So they helped him win. And they gave him the money, and they gave him, deference, and they allowed the king to be the king. Washington Post and Trump's Washington, Palantir is winning big. From war fighting and tracking deportations to writing State Department cables with AI, the company is benefiting from a new technology-driven, cost-cutting ethos in government. So the Make America Great Again people are slowly waking up to the idea that the administration has been handed over in some respects to members of the tech community. People who do not believe in America as a nation state, people who don't believe in the Constitution, people who don't believe in privacy, people who believe in endless surveillance are the people in the MAGA tent that are now trying to apply pressure to the machinery of government and have applied pressure. At what point is Trump useless and do they turn on him? How weak does he have to get before they turn? I don't know. These are all questions. I've been thinking about these things. Did they think Trump was going to hand the government to Elon Musk? And I'm not saying the tech community is a monolith. There's people in the tech community that hate each other. Great. Who cares? People in the CIA that hate each other too. Guess what? They all get together on some things. There's rich people that hate each other, but they all agree on some things. Fortune 500 CEOs may be competing, fucking each other's wives, whatever. But when it all comes down to it, there's a few principles they heartily agree. And I think with tech, you would find that to be the case. With Elon and Sam, they hate each other, and he hates him, and he sucks, and they suck. But at the end of the day, they both don't believe in the American government to regulate their industries. They don't believe in the American government, and they don't believe that the Bill of Rights or the Constitution should get in the way of whatever the hell they want to do. Palantir, the software and data analytics company, has garnered at least $300 million in new and expanded business since Trump took office for his second term, helping to make it the S&P's top performing stock of 2025. In May, Pentagon leaders allocated up to $795 million more to the military's core artificial intelligence software program. Yay! Doesn't that sound good? At the Department of Homeland Security, immigration officials reversed earlier plans to ditch some of the company's services when their superiors awarded Palantir a $30 million contract this spring to track immigration enforcement. AI replaces people. These guys program the AI. The politicians become not only puppets, they become actors. Puppets you at least have to control with a marionette. You got to blackmail some of them, bribe some of them, feed the egos of some of them. It's a very imperfect system, and parts of it are evil. But now imagine they're not even puppets, they're actors. They're literally hired actors who are just giving a human face to the beast behind the scenes. And it's hard to now look at the Trump administration as any other thing other than a veil for this. A veil for the AI takeover of government and a veil for the tech revolution to take over American life, to put everyone, as Catherine Austin Fitts said, on a digital control grid. This seems to be what it is. I don't know how you can look at it another way. I'm sure there are other ways to look at it. I'm sure there's lots of hopeful people that look at it very differently. Maybe they're all privy to things I don't know, but from the outside, it very much seems that, and I'm not a Luddite. I don't believe that, I'm not trying to, I don't want to live with the Amish. I understand that China has AI and we need to have AI and all of this. I understand all of that. I'm not completely, against technology at all. It's made my life much better. I can do this show. I can make a living. What I am against is people who do not make their intentions clear and launder their goals into some populist movement where Americans were going like, hey, we need a border, we need jobs, we need our own communities to look better, and then have the heads of Palantir and Meta and Google say, that sounds great, here's how we think that can happen. And they're not trying to do any of that. They don't care about any of that. They're not trying to do any of that. They're trying to realize their vision of what a future America looks like. The government is inefficient. They want to get rid of it. Human beings are inefficient. They want to get rid of them. Peter Thiel, do you think the human race should survive? Maybe. They're pretty clear if you listen to them. But what they've done is they've laundered this message. That's why Mark Zuckerberg's on Rogan talking about jujitsu and stuff. They're trying to, and they think, well, Elon, I guess he's cool, right? He's got rockets. We'll put him in the White House. He'll be on Twitter all the time. What do these people really want? And that Bannon's going to run in 2028 and, he's hopeless. It's just a collapsing brand and very quickly. But Trump is going to do what he always does, which is set the dogs of war on each other. That's what he does. That's how he's planning to ride this out. That's how he's planning to ride this out. And then the weakest one, they will pin this on. Whoever emerges weakest, whoever gets bloodied in the media bad enough, whoever they can turn people on with leaks, awkward interviews, then they will try to get rid of that person. But unless they release everything they have on Epstein, and unless Ghislaine testifies, they are part now of the biggest and most evil cover-up in human history that we know about, by the way. There were probably others. So they can't get away from that no matter how much real-world road rules, fucking Real Housewives, basketball wives drama they want to create at the White House. It's simply not going to work. You can give everyone a Labubu, and people are still going to remember what's happening. We kicked summer off with the Chef IQ Sense flash sale, the smart cooking sensor that tells you whenever your cooking is cooked to perfection. It works way better than old school meat thermometers. You can still get flash sale pricing on Chef IQ Sense. The new flash sale is on the brand new Chef IQ mini oven. It's a next generation smart convection oven that sits beautifully on your countertop. Replaces that old air fryer that doesn't do anything very well. I love the mini oven. It's amazing. It fries chicken that tastes like takeout, except way healthier. It bakes pizza. It grills steaks. It bakes bread. It cooks bacon. It even comes with an egg tray, and it bakes cakes and muffins. So moist you think they'll come from a bakery. Best of all, your IQ mini oven connects to your smartphone app. Set it to whatever you're cooking. Your phone tells you when it's done to perfection. It also pairs perfectly with your Chef IQ Sense. Now, that's smart. This is great. People have tiny apartments, even big houses. It doesn't matter. This is such a great, compact machine that makes everything you need at home. It's so smart, so healthy, so good. It also pairs perfectly with your Chef IQ Sense so that you know that the thing you're eating is cooked. It's so important. Visit chefiq.com and use promo code TIMD. Again, that's chefiq.com, promo code TIMD, T-I-M-D. People are buying $8,000 lifelike baby dolls in a weird new trend. Let's move on from the Labubu to the real baby doll that people are buying. Best case, these dolls were introduced so that women who had lost a child or felt some weird way in postpartum, which I don't know much about, could heal their trauma with this baby. This is an article in the Times or the Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal.
Always the Journal. Always demoralizing over at the Wall Street Journal. Kelly Maple tenderly sets her bundle of joy, Naomi, into a Nuna car seat and drives her to the mall. When they arrive, Maple, 23, places little Naomi, dressed in a onesie and a hair bow, into a high-end stroller, complete with portable sound machine, stuffed animal, and pacifier. Giggling, Maple and Naomi shop for tiny clothes. Most passerbys would mistake them for a typical mother and daughter. But Naomi is not real. She's a lifelike, quote, reborn doll. These collectible baby dolls, which can run up to $10,000 a piece, have been around since the early 2000s, but in recent years, they've exploded into a global phenomenon. Collectors who consider themselves parents shell out for luxury baby gear and dote on their reborns as if they were human children. In Brazil, they've become a lightning rod in recent months, with politicians introducing bills to try and ban the popular doll from public places. The reborn doll world is hidden in plain sight in the United States. It's a cottage industry with amateur crafters hand molding and painting dolls in their basements. The process, especially for the more I know verisimilitude, but this is an interesting verisimilitudinous silicone dolls is labor intensive, including painting delicate pale blue veins on their soft peachy skin. How sick, how disturbed, how strange, how creepy. Oh my God, how creepy that is. It's so creepy. I don't know what to say other than it feels like we're heading down a bad road. Again, I know that's a well-worn theme of this program, but it feels like we're heading down a bad road. I don't know, is it good that adults are walking around with dolls they call reborns that are fake babies and pushing them around in strollers? Is that good? Is that a good development? Is it a positive development that adults are walking around with fake children that they are taking shopping in America's malls? I don't know. Feels bad. Feels not good. Feels like it's going to a creepy, weird place. Detractors find the dolls creepy, and some owners say they are taunted by families and online bullies. What these critics misunderstand, collectors say, is the therapeutic potential of the dolls. Women who have lost babies or experienced miscarriages are comforted by the reborns. The dolls can also soothe women with PTSD, Alzheimer's, dementia, and autism. Britney Spears, who said she had a miscarriage, has been seen carrying a doll. Well, that's a good advertisement. Good advertisement for them. Some women are fanatic collectors, amassing dozens, if not hundreds of dolls and posting online videos of diaper changes and trips to the park. Hey, it's weird. It's really weird. It's really weird. And I think it's deeply haunted. And I think that there's obviously a place for something like that to people that have extreme PTSD or who have lost a child. But that's not everybody who's buying these things. People like the social capital of having a baby without actually having a baby. They're like walking around with a baby in a stroller. They're trying to LARP as a mother or a father or whatever. There's something deeply strange and off-putting about this behavior. And I think it's, it's like, we're going to look back 10 years from now and go, what were people doing right before the metaverse, before everybody plugged in? And they go, oh, they were walking around with fake babies in New York City. They had dolls. And it's going to be like, oh, well, yeah, I guess this is better. I guess this is better. I guess this metaverse is better. What were people doing right before the digital police state? Well, they're pushing dolls around and they were collecting little Chinese demon trolls. Oh, well, this is better, I guess. Can we watch a little bit of this, or are we going to get dinged on YouTube?
We can watch it.
Okay.
You guys keep asking me to do a collection update video, so that's what we're going to do today. Basically,
Yes.
I'm just going to show you guys the dolls that are in my Reborn collection.
Thank you.
And I will talk a little bit about what kit they are,
Thank
who
you.
made them.
Yes.
Yeah, so I tend to do these videos like every once in a while because you guys are curious who is in my collection. I used to change it up a lot, but honestly, I've been really happy with my collection and haven't changed it too much recently, so I don't know. Baby, which is like my personal favorite size to collect. I've had Naomi since December of 2018, so I've had her for a long time now.
This is the girl from the article.
And I
that's
just love
Naomi.
her so much. Naomi is the full...
Here's the thing, ready? You know this is happening. You know this. You know she's getting a call going, I don't want you bringing Naomi to Thanksgiving this year. Kelly, I'm your mother. Kelly, I'm asking you to not bring Naomi to Thanksgiving this year. Your brother, it makes your brother and your father and me upset. Kelly, it makes us upset. I'm not saying I hate Naomi. And of course, well, Kelly, Naomi's not going to be alone. She's a doll. She's not alive. What do you mean you're not coming if you can't bring Naomi? Kelly, do not bring Naomi to that. Do not show up with Naomi. Do not bring her.
So much about her. So Naomi here is a prototype version, obviously. And she was painted by Christy Carwithin, and she was rooted by Jillian Jade DeSicco. I love this baby so much. She's just perfect. I cannot see myself ever parting with her. I love her so, so much. And yeah, like I said, she's full body silicone, so she's entirely silicone, and she has a ball jointed head.
It's so creepy. All right, it's creeping me out. It creeps me out just even watching it. It creeps me out just watching it. I don't like it. But I can't articulate exactly why. I think I have. I think I've articulated it. As clear as I can. Something is deeply unsettling about playing dress up or playing pretend as an adult. One of the things that I find the most disturbing in our current society is that people are playing pretend as adults. They do not accept any reality that they do not like. So they invent a reality that they feel more comfortable in that bears no resemblance to the world that most of us are living in. That's a big issue for me. I don't love that. That's not one of my favorite things about the time that we're in now. I don't think walking around, this is another one, but I don't think walking around with a fake baby is good. Laughing at life is easier when you actually feel good. Between processed foods, environmental toxins, and the stress of just existing in today's world, feeling run down has become the norm, but your body wasn't meant to feel this way. ARMRA colostrum is nature's original superfood. Packed with over 400 bioactive ingredients and fortify gut health, supercharge immunity, fuel stamina, revitalize hair growth, and help you function at your best once again, because keeping up with the chaos of modern life is a lot more fun when you have the energy to do it. We've worked out a special offer for my audience. Receive 30% off your first subscription order. Go to armor.com/Tim or enter TIM to get 30% off your first subscription order. Everyone I know is on this, and it's great. ARMRA.com/Tim. It's so good. When you get it, it keeps your mind clear, fortifies your gut health, you're sharp. It helps me do the show. It helps many people I know perform the functions of their life at a high level. Ain't it great? That's ARMRA.com/TIM. It's the summer. Things are going to happen. Accidents happen. That's why you need to make sure that you are protected. In the unfortunate event of an accident happening to you, Morgan & Morgan, America's largest personal injury law firm, they have over 1,000 attorneys nationwide. They're here to help you get back on your feet and get your summer back on track. They've recovered over $25 billion for their clients nationwide, and they don't back down when it matters most. One recent client received $29 million after being offered just $500,000. Another was awarded $20 million after getting a $0 offer. There's a reason why they're America's largest injury law firm. Hiring the wrong firm could be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. If you've been hurt this summer, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. It's free unless they win. Just click the link in the description below, forthepeople.com/Tim. That's forthepeople.com/Tim. Click the link in the description below. This is a paid advertisement. And since we're in the summer, we'll talk about this. CBS is now saying, and they're doing this, and again, CBS is mainstream. Obviously, it's CBS. They're coming out and they're going, adult summer camps see surge of interest as people seek community and nostalgia. And you might say to me, Tim, don't you always talk about the importance of community? Don't you always talk about the people need a community? Yes. Well, then shouldn't they go to a summer camp? As adults, what the hell's wrong with that? A lot. I'm glad you asked. A lot is wrong with that. A lot. Multiple things. Lots of things are wrong with it. Well, why wouldn't they? Why shouldn't they go to a summer camp and have fun with other people? They're adults. They're adults. You don't go to fucking camp. That's it. There's other ways to build community outside of pretending to be in a fucking camp as an adult. Put the fake baby away, you sick fuck. Nobody wants to be in a community with a psychopath who's in a summer camp with a fake baby. It's nuts. This is the reason they're not in communities, is because they keep doing this horse shit. That's the reason they're not in one, is because they're fucking going to summer camp with a fake baby. That's the problem. Or is it community good? Yeah, community's great, but not this way. Pedophiles are community. That's not good. Meth addicts are community. That's not ideal. Not all communities are good. A bunch of people at a summer. Let's watch this. How sick this is, by the way. Well, let's watch. Can we watch the CBS thing? Yeah. Let's watch this. This is sick. This is maybe more disturbing than the fake baby. Go.
All right, for many families, summer's all about camp, right? But who says only kids can have the fun? Well, Yelp reports that there is a 350% increase in searches for adult summer camps this year as people look for community and nostalgia. And as Nancy Chen shows us, plenty of both can be found at camps around the country.
With zip lines, archery, and bunking up in log cabins. There are all the hallmarks of your child's favorite summer camp. Except this one is for the grown-ups. Welcome to summer at Club Getaway in Kent, Connecticut, where campers 21 and up
bomb
get together every weekend.
Netanyahu, bomb it! Israel, bomb it!
Kid again.
What are you looking forward to most? Meeting some people in like kickball or like tug of war, something like that.
Shamia Briscoe is one of many who came to camp to leave all her responsibility behind and instead bring out her inner child.
the nostalgia of it, right? Like I did overnight camps when I was younger, and I remember like going out on the water, going rock climbing, and I was like, why not do that with some alcohol?
So what's really cool is that all the activities are planned for you.
All right, I guess we're doing this thing. Activities that aren't always for the faint of heart.
Is this safe?
Stop it for a minute. The American media is trying to destroy your mind. I mean, the American media is presenting this as something normal. It is very sick. The American media is presenting going to an adult summer camp as a normal activity. And I don't care if it's this or Bohemian Grove. I think it's all wrong. This is fucked up. Let me articulate this in a way that people can understand. You have stages to your life. You are young. You will never do all the things that young people do. You cannot. It is impossible. Because the experiences of young people are varied. You see? There are young people that attend camp. There are young people that went to the prom. There are young people that will never go to a prom. See Gaza. There are young people that are never going to win a Little League championship. There are young people that are never going to have their mother and father there at their high school graduation. There are young people that for whatever reason are not going to have the experiences that young people, that we tend to associate with being young. That is part of life. Accepting that is a big part of life. Accepting what you get and what you don't get and making a life from that place is a big part of life. Having do-overs and trying to recapture a feeling or trying to discover a feeling you never had in this way, paying to go to a place to try to feel something that you felt as a child and need again for whatever reason. This is my big issue with Disney World and Disney adults. They're incapable of accepting the reality of life, and that is that you cannot stay a fucking child. You have to grow up. And if you're lucky, you become an adult. Then you become middle-aged, and then you become an elderly person, and then you die. That is the cycle of life. You cannot, and I'm not saying you can't do things young people do to stay young. I'm saying you cannot go to an adult summer camp and you cannot walk around with a fake baby. Unless you're a child. If you're a child and you have a doll, that's one thing. You cannot walk around with a realistic baby and then pretend to change its diaper and feed it at a family party. Something is wrong. See someone. See someone now. See someone now. Oh, we're going to the adult summer camp. Oh, it's actually super fun. All the events are planned for you. And it's actually really cool because we do it with alcohol. It's like canoeing and fun. But hey, I want you to go to a hospital. I care about you and I want you to go to a hospital now. Look at me. Well, no, you're freaking out. It's actually just kind of like a fun thing, super nostalgic. You meet some cool people. I want you to go to a hospital now. Get in the ambulance. Get in the ambulance now. You're not going to a summer camp. You're 38 years old. You're not going back to college, and you're not getting a fake baby. It's not happening. Christ almighty. It's one of the things that is the least, anything you want to say about American culture are myriad of problems. I know I use that word too much, but it's a great word. The issues we have, the hollowness, the consumerism, the materialism, the emptiness, the dishonesty, the grift, the graft, the evil lurking around every corner, people taking advantage of others, the rotten and poisoned food system, the drug dealers. We get it, how bad it all is. We should make a pact that we're adults, that we're not going to escape these problems into a Narnia fantasy land and pretend to be children. That is a fate worse than death. We cannot do it. We cannot do it. It is something that cannot happen. We must face these challenges as adults. We cannot go to Disney World childless and go on the rides. We cannot go to the camp. You cannot get the fake baby. I'm sorry. This is crazy. I mean, this is absolutely insane. Let's watch a little bit more of this before I have a stroke.
It's that much. Hang on. Oh, yeah. I don't remember actually agreeing to do this. All right. Hi. Okay. I was good. Sorry to scream.
So this is where it starts, right here. The first activity that we're going to do is our Welcome to Camp party.
David Schreiber is the camp's owner.
Why do you think people come here?
They're sick.
I think people come here for an experience. They want to meet new people. They want to try different things.
They're sick.
And feel part of a community.
They should go to the hospital.
For a short period of time.
They should go to a hospital.
Open to children during the week,
They
Club
should go to a
Getaway has been
hospital
welcoming adults
and be
for nearly
restrained
50 years.
on a
But
bed.
it wasn't until recently that programs doubled.
They should be
as
restrained.
interest spiked.
Do you find that the popularity of summer camps for adults right now is tied to people wanting to seek a simpler time?
Yes, 100%. You know, things are complicated right now. There is a simplicity that comes here, right? There's sort of a depth in the superficiality.
We'll take the restraints off when you're better. We will take the restraints off when you're better. All right, get this out of here. Look at how disgusting this. Look at this. Get this out of here. We will take the restraints off when you're better. If you commit to getting better, we're going to help you get better. We'll take these restraints off. These people should be restrained. That they should all be put on that bus, and instead of going to the camp, the bus should pull over and they should be taken out. And at gunpoint, they should be put in straitjackets. They should be put in straitjackets and put into an institution, by the way. That's exactly how I would run. That's what ICE would do. If I ran this country, ICE would be, they wouldn't be grabbing busboys. They'd be tasked with putting these people in straitjackets and putting them in an institution and getting to the bottom of this crap. You're not going to experience everything on earth, you narcissist. You don't get everything. There are people that are not going to have the things. I'm sorry about that. It is a deep narcissism. It is not a search for community. It is not this bullshit. It is a deep and unrelenting narcissistic personality type that demands that they have every experience on earth at all times. There is a time for all things. Someone said that. I don't know who, and I don't care. But the point is this. It is a deep commitment to worshiping the cult and the church of self to say, I'm going to be a child again at summer camp. I'm going to get drunk and put whipped cream in my mouth and like a degenerate. And I'm going to do this slip and slide. What do you call that fucking thing? It's a slip and slide, right? Yeah. I'm going to get drunk and do a slip and slide and get in a canoe after I take Jell-O shots. I'm a degenerate. I'm a degenerate and I should be in a straitjacket. I have tattoos all over my body because I'm an animal degenerate and I should be in a straitjacket. But instead I have, my mother fell down the stairs, so I'm taking her inheritance and going to summer camp when I should be paying for my straitjacket. I should get a bill for my straitjacket and I should never be let out. I should never be let out of my straitjacket because if I am, I'm going to use my arms to sign myself up for adult summer camp or, God help us, get a fake baby and wheel it around New York City. I should be in a mental institution. I should be in a place where my days play. Hey, well, what's good is the activities they're planned for you. You know where they're also planned for you? In a mental institution. My mother was in one. We planned her day, and it wasn't called summer camp. We called it the hatch, the booby hatch. You're going into the hatch. I'm telling you, ICE should not be building alligator Alcatraz. We should be building mental institutions to forcibly commit people. And it's not going to be the people you think. It's not going to be the people in New York City foaming at the mouth, screaming about the Bilderberg Group. Those people are right. It's not going to be them. It's going to be these freaks who are doing zip lines at 38 drunk at the fucking adult summer camp. They're going in. It's not going to be the people screaming about the Rothschilds and the fucking Anunnaki. It's going to be the people at adult summer camp that are going to be going in to a facility. You're going into a facility. Well, it's really cool because your day is planned for you. And like, it's, I had camp as a kid. Now I'm at camp again. No, you're not. You're going to jail. It is a sick thing. It is a sick thing. Even though they're evil, they keep me safe. I want to name them. I'm trying to name these two. I'm going to call one of them Israel and the other one Gaza. These are my Labubus, Israel and Gaza. And they fight. Hopefully they figure that out, huh? What's going on over there? They're going to annex the whole thing. We're out of time now. We'll get to that later, maybe on the Patreon or next week. Watch out for Bongino going rogue in the Trump world. Watch out for this. This is obviously, I'm not breaking news. It's being reported everywhere. But I am contextualizing, I believe, what they think they're doing. What they think they're doing is pivoting everybody to watch a reality show whilst they ignore a lot of the calls to release this stuff. That's what I think is happening. I would guarantee it's happening. And I would watch that. This is something important to know when you're being played, I think. I think we're all getting played a little bit. Recession this year, they say it's coming. Maybe if you go to Kalshi.com, let's bet. How about we bet on a recession? Make money from the recession. Someone's gonna. Someone always does. I love Kalshi because you can really fuck around and set up your own markets. I'm not into sports, so I don't bet on sports. But I like coming up with markets like, will there be a recession this year? How many people are going to get it this year? Is Israel going to occupy Gaza? Will Trump serve out the rest of his term? That's an interesting one with these tech. I just don't know. Do they want Vance in there as opposed to Trump? See, the thing with the Yarvin types, they haven't found the guy. Trump's not the guy. What they want, they don't want, like I thought, like, oh, they want this charismatic guy, but I don't think they want that. I think they actually just want a boring actor. I think they want a boring actor who will just get up there and do whatever they want. Trump commands a large following, but he's a little too volatile for their purposes. I think they just want a boring, empty suit, and they're going to get one, some type of Manchurian candidate. But they've used Trump, and they're going to continue to use him until they feel his brand is damaged, and then they're going to jump and try to use someone else. I don't know who that will be. Certainly could be Vance, but they might go to somebody else. I don't know, but they are the power to watch behind the throne. They want this government run by tech oligarchs who have only the interests of that community, and they're going to say their interests are all of our interests. That's what they're going to say. But of course, they're wrong. Who will leave the Trump administration this year? Who will go? I don't know. My money's on Bongino. I think Bongino's going to go. I think Bongino's going to go and come back to the world of podcasting. That's my guess. That's my thought. I don't know. If he goes to an adult summer camp, if Dan Bongino leaves the Trump administration and goes to an adult summer camp, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Summer's over already. Did you notice that, by the way? It's like August fucking whatever and summer's over. What is that? Summer goes to late September. Kids should go back to school in September 9th or 10th. And then September 11th, we sit them down and we go, and look what happened. That's what should start school, is 9/11. You go back a few days after Labor Day and you sit there and you watch those planes go in. Every kid, you watch those planes go in. That was the beginning of our year. Of course, it was at the actual time that it happened. It was not a remembrance. It was the actual one. But that's what every kid should start their year every year with 9/11. School starts with 9/11, and then it progresses to Halloween. That's what should happen, God damn it. So head on over to Kalshi and bet on some shit. Well, keep watching. The Clintons are subpoenaed. A lot of stuff's going to happen. It's clear that Trump has set up this reality show to see who is going to get pilloried and then removed. He does this all the time. He's doing it again. Let's see what happens. They do not have control of this story. They don't have control of the narrative. It's spinning out of control. And it's always interesting when something is spinning out of control, how they try to bring it back within their thing. And I think what they're trying to do is say, look, it's actually a reality show. Who fucked up? Who did it? Who done it? And it's like, no. We see what you're doing. It's a game of 3-card Monte. And I think a lot of people now, the jig is up. The jig is up. Now, of course, we have to end with this ad, which is awkward. The Tim Dillon Show is sponsored by Palantir. Palantir, a brighter future is ahead. Palantir is here to help government and people exist together. Look at your neighbors. Do you love them? Well, you'll love them even more with Palantir. You'll know everything about them and you. Palantir will get involved in your communities and make them safer and stronger. God, we love Palantir. Alex Karp and Peter Thiel are proud to support the Tim Dillon Show. Are you concerned that Israel's rockets are not reaching their intended targets? Is that one of your big concerns? Here at the Tim Dillon Show, we want to remind you that Palantir is building a machinery that makes Israeli rockets efficiently fire at their Palestinian targets. Thank you, Alex Karp and Peter Thiel at Palantir, for sponsoring the show. Are you concerned that your Labubu has a listening device in it? We want to remind you that Palantir doesn't know anything about that. They have no idea about it. They just don't know about it. We don't know about it.